Iran's Revolutionary Guard tried to break her. 42 interrogations. She says she was a pawn used by hardliners to try to embarrass Iran's elected government. And I began by asking her about her first day inside Evin prison.
I mean, it was strange being in this very small cell when I wasn't feeling well and no doctor came, and I started to feel at loss in a way, because it was hard for me to believe that I'm put in jail for what I believe. You know, I knew there's not much freedom of expression, but I didn't expect it to this extent. The interrogation started the following day. The first week was hard, but after a while I thought, you know what, I'm an anthropologist. I'm here in Evin prison. I had not planned to do a field work in prison, but I'm here. So I started to make mental notes because I had no pen and paper, but I started to use my toothbrush and write on the wall, just write so that it would help me to make mental notes. And so every time I came up, I would lie on the floor and write my notes.
You described your first week as hard.
I was actually heartbroken because although I was out, but I had never felt that I was an outsider to Iran.
So heartbroken. How did that feel? Were you afraid?
Not really afraid, because I knew, you know, I may face jail, for a few years of jail. But when they tried to tell me that you're going to be in jail and we send your dead body back to Canada, I just told them I'm 65 years old and I have lived the life that I wanted. I have achieved a lot of my goals. If I am to spend the rest of my days in jail, so be it. One of the techniques they use is make you cry. And one of the things they tried to make me cry, and I didn't. And so they played actually the music that was played when the body of my husband was removed from here. They had that on the film was on my iPad. That was the most difficult moment I think I had with them.
Did they ever threaten or carry out physical torture?
Not at all. I wasn't worried. They didn't use any physical force. I think a lot of people don't realize the consequence of what happened to Zara Kazemi, who died in the same detention center, was that the embarrassment and the problem that caused for them, that they have reviewed a lot of their processes. So now they focus on psychological torture and also breaking the people's spirit.
Many people believe that prisoners are only released when there's a trade or there's something given in return. Do you think, knowing what you do about Iran, that Canada gave something to Iran in order to get you out, that Iran demanded?
I had hoped that was not the case. I know that has happened sometime, but that's one of the concerns I had, that I hope that's not happening.
So would you say that there was no quid pro quo in this arrangement?
As far as I know, there was none, and I don't want to speculate. But I know there was definitely, I was a pawn in the negotiation.
When was the moment that you heard you were going to get out?
I didn't know until they told me get ready the next day when on a Sunday night. But I wasn't sure that is going to happen. But when they drove me to my flat with a suitcase, and then the men insisted I have to go to a hairdresser.
A hairdresser?
To a beauty salon to get my face done, my hair that was all white to here. So the men insisted that I have to dye my hair and fix my face. They even chose what clothes I wear. I had to wear bright color.
Why? Why?
Because they wanted me to look good when I was leaving Iran.
Do you resent Iran? Are you angry?
Rather than angry, I'm heartbroken that ordinary researchers, social scientists like me can be a pawn in this politics. I can always do research and write about Iran, but I don't think I'll go back. I'm too heartbroken to even consider going back to Iran.
So coming home to that apartment, unforgettable. Her sister flew in from England, and with other family, this will be a very poignant Thanksgiving.